What time is it? 11:20 at night. I dozed off. I just woke up. Yeah, I got content to put out, so I gotta feed the viewers. Oh, by the way, hello viewers. Mornings. It's 11:20 at night. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Anyway, what do we got here for you guys? Talking about EA here. It says in the wake of Black Panther's cancellation, Star Wars Jedi dev says morale has been at an all-time low after EA scrapped 3 Respwan games in 2 years. Says here, according to Respwan, says here, one of which was reportedly a Star Wars FPS. Says here, according to Respwan entertainment developer, morale has apparently never been worse at the company after several recent game cancellation at publisher EA. EA executed its 3rd round of layoff of this year just yesterday by scrapping its single-player Black Panther game and shutting down developer Cliffhanger Games in the process. Star Wars Jedi Survivor senior encounter designer Patrick Wren, the R is silent because it's W-R-E-N. Anyway, says here, then reacted to the grim news by saying that morale has been at an all-time low. In social media posts, I can say that much. Says here, the decline in morale at Respwan, the studio behind Apex Legends, Titanfall, and Star Wars Jedi games, is likely due to several game cancellation it's been hit with in the last couple of years alone. And then it says in 2023, EA reportedly chucked a Titanfall Apex Legends crossover in the bin before also squashing a Star Wars FPS. Rumored to have been a Mandalorian sim just a year later. And then this March, another game shooter reportedly found itself in the ever-growing EA scrapyard too. For now, Respwan is now working on a 3rd Star Wars Jedi game, which Cal Kestis actor Cameron Monaghan previously teased will be really cool when it's happened. The studio is also collaborating with former XCOM dev on Star Wars Zero Company and prepping an eventual Apex Legends 2.0. Still, this is the studio that made Titanfall 2. My morale is also at an all-time low. Alright, I'm going to get to that in a minute. Here's the other one. Let's hear talking about EA again. Yeah, gotta keep you guys in the loop, man. You know how that go. Got to do that. Alright, well here's the other thing about EA. See what's going on with EA here. Report EA has canceled Marvel's Black Panther, shuts down developers. And then it says here, it was 2022 when EA first revealed that it's working with comic giant Marvel to develop 3 games based on its universe. One of these projects was revealed in 2023 to be a Black Panther experience, letting players be the king and protector of the fictional African nation of Wakanda while wearing the iconic suit. Says unfortunately, a report has surfaced that the project has been canned entirely and its developers has been shut down. Says the news comes from IGN, which has gotten its hands on an email sent to development staff by EA Entertainment President Laura Mealy. Says here, per the initial notice, aside from shutting down Black Panther developer Cliffhanger Games and letting go of its staff, EA is also removing team members from its mobile and central projects. The newest cancellation and staff reduction arrives only weeks after the global publisher announced a massive wave of layoffs that affected hundreds from its studios, with even a Titanfall project being canceled. It says here in the email, Mealy had said that these changes were being made to sharpen our focus, put our creative energy behind the most significant growth opportunity. EA has not revealed how many individuals are being affected by the latest layoff. Going forward, EA team focus will be on its primary IPs and franchise, including Battlefields, The Sims, Skate, Apex Legend, alongside EA Sports Ventures. Says here, these decisions are hard, writes Mealy in the internal email. They affect people we've worked with, learned from, and shared real moments with. We're doing everything we can to support them, including finding opportunities with EA where we had success. And then it says helping people land in their roles. The mystery Black Panther project had not received any further details revealed about its other than originally announced back in 2023. EA said it will be definitive and authentic Black Panther experience, slated to land as a story-driven single-player third-person action adventure. Don't forget that EA is still working on an Iron Man game, though that project hasn't had any news revealed about it in quite a while too. Yeah. Alright. Well, got one more piece of news on EA here, then I'm gonna give you my little itty bitty opinion on it. Alright. Let's see, what do we got here? Okay. Let's see, what's this one? There's one from Tech for Gamers here. Says here, EA reportedly laid off 400 employees, shut down Codemaster HQ following Black Panther cancellation. Says here, update, an EA spokesperson has now reached out to clarify the situation regarding the shutdown of Codemaster's main headquarters. They stated the speculation around Codemaster is entirely unfounded and inaccurate. Anyway, it says here, okay, what's going on here? Uh-oh. Alright, let me get through this. Whoops. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Okay, here we go. It says here, just recently, one of the most disappointing news of the year struck that EA has decided to cancel the Black Panther game and shut down Cliffhanger Studios. This may not be the last we hear from EA. A new report revealed that the publisher will soon lay off approximately 400 employees, including closing Codemaster's main headquarters. Why it matters: layoffs are never. Sorry about that. A good sign, and gaming industry is in its worst state ever, despite its tremendous growth over the past few years. And then it says here, exclusive about EA, the cancellation of Black Panther will not be the only thing. I have been able to learn that there are about 400 more layoffs coming up at EA. A total closure of the main headquarters of Codemasters, and that those devs will be integrated into EA's SP F1 and a new Need for Speed that is already in development. Says here, X-Task1, a reputable insider with a solid track record of verified information, recently made this claim. According to the insider, the employees affected by the Codemaster headquarters shutdown will be transferred to EA Sport F1 and a new Need for Speed game that is currently under development. It says here, for those unfamiliar, Codemaster is one of the oldest studios under EA and is credited with developing titles like Dirt and Grid games. It's been a while since we've heard anything major from the studio, and unfortunately we may never get to do it again. This will be EA's second round of layoffs this year, and it seems that no studio is immune to such practice. It says here, just recently, Respwan Entertainment, one of the most successful studios under EA, faced tremendous layoffs that even resulted in cancellation of extraction-based Titanfall games. And then it says EA's entertainment president, Laura Milley, said the company will streamline its focus to just a handful of franchises. As such, only expect focus on IPs like Battlefield, Sims, Apex Legends. This also dismisses the case of a new Star Wars Battlefront game. The campaign for a threequel has gathered over 10,000 signatures, but it seems that the corporate side is too blind to see what fans want and will instead do what they think is best, just as they did with Dragon Age Veilguard. And that is that. Now, any more EA news? Yeah, I got you guys covered, man. You know me. Let's see here. Well, it says here, despite Black Panther cancellation, EA confirmed it still has at least 3 Marvel games in the works. Okay, it says following the EA's decision to pull the plug on Black Panther games and close the studio, the publisher has insisted that the move doesn't reflect change to its partnership with Marvel, and confirmed it still has at least 3 additional Marvel games in development. Little had been revealed of EA's Black Panther game since its announcement in 2023, and word of its cancellation, alongside yet more layoffs at the company, arrived earlier this week. Commenting on the decision to end development in an email to employees, EA's entertainment president Laura Milley said the move would help the publisher sharpen our focus and put our creative energy behind most significant growth opportunities. Milley also stressed developer EA Motive Iron Man game was unaffected, but Black Panther cancellation, which comes as the publisher continues planned retreat away from future licensed IP, had some commentators wondering if the company previously announced a 3 games deal with Marvel could be wrapped up prematurely. And then it says, now, however, EA has confirmed to IGN that's not only is the deal alive and well, the company is still working on at least 3 Marvel games following Black Panther termination. The multi-title long-term relationship between Marvel Games and EA remains strong, and EA spokesperson told the publication, development of our consoles and PC titles begin with Marvel's Iron Man is led by Motive Studios. Black Panther cancellation and subsequent job cuts followed a string of similar incidents at EA this year. In April, the company laid off more than 300 employees with Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi studio Respwan Entertainment losing around 100 staff. At the same time, EA canceled a number of independent projects, reportedly includes a new Titanfall game as a part of what it called a continued focus on our long-term strategic priorities. Still more layoffs were confirmed last month following EA's decision to end its license and partnership with WRC. Second Black Panther project, unconnected with EA Skydance game, Marvel's 1943 Rise of Hydra from Uncharted writer Amy Hennig was recently delayed into next year. And that is that on EA. Alright, a lot of shakeups and a lot of movements. But even before all this though, if you remember, Andrew Wilson was on the cover of Game Developer, where they just laid off some people. But then they want the remote workers now to come to work in the office for 3 days. They were saying that that it builds kinetic energy, But the question you got to ask now is like, okay, the workers that you laid off, didn't they build kinetic energy? Just saying, or did they let them go just to save some pennies? You know, that's another question you could ask them. But based on the movements right now, EA's look like they bit off more than they could chew. So they're trying to focus on the main titles like their Battlefield, The Sims, Skates. What's the other one here? Let's see. This Battlefield, The Sims, Battlefield, The Sims, Skates, Apex Legends, and their sports titles, right? And of course they got a Need for Speed game that they're working on. Because their fan base is hungry for one. So yeah, look like they're doing a lot of movement behind the scenes. One, it's like on one side they're like it's like they're closing studios to save some pennies, or save money during these times. And two, they're more focused now. Instead of biting off more than they could chew, they're more focused on the titles that they're having success with. They need to work on an Anthem 2.0. Now, with the first article that I read, let's see, where is it? Let's see here, where is it? Where the dev said says morale has been at an all-time low. Well, that could be, maybe he's worried about job security. Maybe he's losing his excitement or his enthusiasm for game development is probably starting to cool off a little bit, because he just watched a whole bunch of people got laid off, so he's probably worried, is he next, and he's affected by seeing so many people being let go, or being terminated or being fired, he's probably looking at his future now with all these moves that's EA's doing behind the scenes, so he's probably like he probably got some decisions to make, man, to see that many people get let go, under EA. So yeah, his passion for gaming, is like maybe dwindling a little bit, So yeah, who knows what's going on in this man's mind? But yeah, man, to see that happen, what you got to understand too is like working in an environment like that, don't think you're too cute or too pretty to not get fired, because anybody can be replaced in that environment. So I think this man is kind of worried right now, don't know what's coming next, even though EA claims that they're more focused on the games that they have, and they're more focused on the games that they have, and they're trying to be more tight knit. I think he's he is still worried, so his morale is kind of like, it used to be up here, but now it's like, yeah. So that's what's happening at EA headquarters right now, man. Yeah. But the good thing though is that the new Star Wars, the Jedi's, because there's Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, and Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, and then there's one more, the new Jedi game, new Star Wars for the Jedi Fallen series, for the Jedi series. It's progressing, so we'll see what happens in the days and weeks and months to come. What EA's agenda is, and what they're bringing to the table. They need to work on an Anthem 2.0, Anthem. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy it out. Nice talking to you people again. Crystal, Star Wars, Star Trek thing, Dark Section. Go home. Peace.